YouTubers, welcome to MJN's Animation Reviews, where I rate cartoons from awful to awesome. And this time, I've cast my line into the sea of animation and reeled in a little cartoon known as Rainbow Fish. A show I definitely remember being aware of when it aired on Tiny Pop in 2006, but I don't think I really paid any attention to it. So how about we dive into a bit of research to see just how this cartoon came about. Rainbow Fish, actually started out as a book by Marcus Pfister entitled The Rainbow Fish. This book, which I've admittedly not read, was published in 1992 and was apparently a moral about sharing and vanity, and even gained a presumably close animated adaptation in 1997, which I've admittedly not seen. Gee, we're doing pretty well with this research, aren't we? But maybe one day I'll give it a look. Who knows? However, what I'm going to be looking at today is the other animated adaptation, produced but released in 2000, entitled, of course, Rainbow Fish, which actually doesn't follow the book storyline at all, and instead does its own thing, which is perfectly fine because, you know, it's their version. So is this cartoon a keeper, or should I just throw it back? Only one way to find out. Okay, first off, the theme song. It has a nice and cool sound to it with what I assume is a Jamaican influence. Either way, it certainly sounds like what I'd expect to be used in a cartoon set in the ocean. Yeah, I think I can groove to this one. Everybody knows when they see that glow, it's rainbow. The look of the show isn't as beautiful as it could have been in my opinion, especially when you take into account how beautiful the ocean can be, but it definitely doesn't look bad, and the style works for the show. Some of the fish themselves have nice colouring, and I have to say that the animation of how rainbow scales sparkle is beautifully done, and I love how consistent they are with it, as the effort of the animators really shines through because of it. Yeah, I had to. In terms of character designs, the fish themselves look pretty good and... I'm sorry, what? What am I looking at? Look at her compared to the rest of the fish! How did they come up with that design? Oh, whatever. It is what it is. And the character's likeable, so that's what counts, I suppose. Unfortunately, Rainbow's first encounter with this newcomer doesn't go very well, because she hears him stating that
girls are just so weird.
Which is actually something I've never been able to relate to, not even when I was the target audience for this kind of show. I mean, if you've ever been able to relate to it, then I respect that, and it's not in every episode, admittedly, but I don't know, it's just not for me, you know? The show itself appears to be the traditional slice of life affair, focusing on the day-to-day life of Rainbow Fish and his friends, Sea Filly and Blue, as they have fun with each other, at times learn the odd moral, and do basic everyday things their age group does. In fact, the fish even have their own school. Oh, I get it! So, what kind of things do the fish do at their school anyway?
I planned a special science project, dissecting a human...
What? They can't do this! It's inhumane! It's barbaric! It's...
Dissecting a human sneaker.
Oh. Sorry. It's alright. False alarm. The show is also pretty well animated as well, such as when it shows the flow of the water. And to be honest, the general animation of the show flows very nicely, and I like what they've done with it. Oh, and as I meant to say earlier, the fish in general are pretty well designed. They have a nice colour scheme and the like, and I particularly like the design of Rainbow's sister Ruby. She's pink, and I like pink, and she gains extra points because I just find her to be likeable, to be honest. And you know what? I love her voice. It's so awesome in my opinion.
I guess you could say I'm a natural.
In fact, her voice is kind of... I don't know.
My whole family is working so hard.
Though I suppose I should talk about Rainbow himself. I mean, this is his show after all. Well, he's not always relatable, and he did start off as kind of annoying for me. But then on the other hand, the fact that he actually has flaws allows him to be more than just a simple bland fish! Plus, of course, you need to have characters acting incorrectly for the morals to actually work. And he did get more likeable as the show went on, so it was more like I needed to give him a chance than anything. The show's episodes are mostly what you'd expect from its genre, but that is in no way a bad thing, because it's still this specific show's own take on the storylines, and they do it pretty well. Like, I don't think there was really a time where I thought the moral was handled badly or anything like that, and I never minded if the storyline had been done before. Because, come on, everything's been done before. It's what you do with it this time that really counts.
In other words, it's just like Bananarama said. It ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it. And that...
The voice acting is also nicely done, and every character sounds like the kind of character they are supposed to be. There's also a few of my favourite voice actresses in the cast too, which is always nice to see, or hear, whatever. Could have done with a bit of proofreading though. So, is Rainbow Fish a catch or not? Well, admittedly it wasn't what I expected it to be at first, and to be perfectly honest, I was all set to give this show a much more negative review when I started. But then, I kept watching it. And then I re-watched the episodes I'd already seen. And then I kept re-watching the show. And now, I have absolutely no idea where all that negativity came from.
Nobody knows where it went either.
This cartoon really does feel like the kind of show I would have watched on Tiny Pop back in the 2000s, the way I probably should have done back then anyway. So after giving it a chance and genuinely getting into it, I would say that in my opinion, Rainbow Fish is a good animation! If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more animation reviews, feel free to subscribe to my channel. And until the next video, see you around, YouTubers! Hey YouTubers, welcome to MJ Ann's Animation. Who is MJ Ann? It's just not for me, you know. I mean, I've messed up again. What? No, they can't. That's the Beatles, that was me. No, I can't. Hey everybody, I've messed up again, so let's take a look and see what's happening. I just love her voice. It just sounds so awesome to me, in my opinion. Yeah, to me, in my opinion, I can see why I sound stupid when I say that.